Hi Year 11, welcome to your video tutorial. This video tutorial is intended for students completing the Stage 6 Software Engineering syllabus, first unit of work Programming Fundamentals, and the very first syllabus dot point, Software Development. Information and images gathered in this presentation have been sourced from Software Engineering, the Year 11 course, unless otherwise stated. So the first syllabus dot point in Programming Fundamentals asks students to explore fundamental software development steps used by programmers when designing software. And why we will explore this in the coming lesson, before we explore these fundamental steps, it's really important to understand the development and the history of software development. Historically, software development was completed in distinct stages. One stage would begin and then completely finish before the next stage could start. In the last decade or so with mobile app development and the changing nature of software development, this really structured approach to development wasn't really working for developers. This, along with the creation of prototyping tools and rapid application development, meant that these clear, distinct stages couldn't really be followed. And then, if software developers tried to adhere to these clear, distinct stages before progressing, it actually became a bit of a hindrance to their software development. So, in light of this, a new age of software development and a new, more reactive approach was required. Before we explore what that agile approach was, it's important to name what we meant by traditional software development and distinct stages. When we refer to developing software in distinct stages, we are actually talking about an approach called the structured or the waterfall development approach. And why this was the traditional approach in software development, it's also important to note that it's still used today, even in our mobile agile world, for large-scale projects where performance and reliability are key. Think a new banking app. It involves teams using different skill sets, and one stage must be fully complete before the next stage can commence. It uses all the steps or the stages of the software development approach that we're going to look at in the coming lessons. They're listed here to your right. The agile development approach, really born out of the unworkability of the waterfall approach with new software development, is really user-centric. It focuses on the team developing the system and responding to the client's needs, the needs at the time, how quick the project has to happen, rather than following those predefined stages. This happens a lot nowadays with mobile development, where the speed and need for updates or features is more important than following predefined stages. The agile development approach is focused on agility, working with the users and needs to get basic functionality and getting it out there. Adaptability, working with who's got the specialty in your team. Progressiveness, getting out the software quickly and then working on different versions. And collaboration amongst teams. You'll notice in this course that we use a lot of really subject-specific terminology, and the first really important one is going to drop now. In agile development, development is completed in iterations. However, in industry, the language that we use is sprints. So if you're writing some notes on this, please circle, highlight the word sprints, because we're going to be referring to sprints a lot, particularly in the next coming lessons. The agile development approach does follow certain stages. There is design, there is obviously integration, testing and debugging. However, it doesn't have to follow these all in a distinct order. You'll note from this diagram here that these arrows are cyclical. The start of one arrow isn't necessarily at point one. That these stages keep on being jumped back into in an ad hoc manner until development is finally achieved or full functionality. And to be honest, for some of the time, mainly with mobile app development, that's a never foreseen reality, as there are constantly feature adds and updates. Currently, how we model out ideas and planning for whatever particular software development approach we take, it's mainly done through UML modeling. That's the industry standard for modeling, and it involves a variety of diagrams and notations that are really focused on user experience. So with the agile approach, because it is so ad hoc, but also user-centered, the thing that needs to be captured is the user's needs and wants. During the design and the development, user stories will be such an important part, and we're going to touch on user stories in the next couple of lessons, ensuring that the needs of the users turn into the key features or key sprints of the agile development. Now, UML modeling, we are going to look and explore as an activity different types of UML modeling. It could be any particular aspect. It could be user stories, it could be structure, it could be features, whatever it particularly is. UML modeling is how you are able to get these ideas, this agile development, and really put some kind of structure around it. And that's it, guys. That's your very first introduction to the history of software development with the waterfall method, and in more recent years, the agile approach to software development.